Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to discuss the case of Hansel and Gretel. Mrs. Witch has been accused of attempting to eat children and boil them into delicious soup. The laws of the Republic of Twinkle clearly state that children cannot be used for any type of cooking or eating or cookery.
That's not fair. Mrs. Witch has done absolutely nothing wrong. There is no proof that she tried to eat any of the children. The fact that Hansel and Gretel were at Mrs. Witch's home is not proof that she wanted to eat anyone. Actually, Hansel and Gretel are the real criminals. They are guilty of breaking into an innocent old lady's house that just happened to be made of candy and of stealing from and trying to kill Mrs. Witch. Mrs. Witch is a kind and respected grandma loved in the Republic of Twinkle.
Order in the court! Order in the court! I'm the Honorable Judge Pankey, and I demand order in my court. The first witness will be Mr. Hansel. Please come to the stand and tell us what happened.
My sister and I are orphans. Do you know what that means? That means we are children without parents. Our parents threw us away like a piece of garbage. Doesn't that make you feel sorry for us? On the day that we were almost eaten by that terrible green woman, you can never trust anyone who is green. My sister and I were in the forest looking for food and trying to find our way home like nomads. You know what a nomad is, right?
Of course we know what a nomad is. Nomads are people who don't get mad. But I'm mad right now. Hansel, you're taking too long to tell the story. It's my turn to talk. There we were in the forest when I saw a suspicious house made of all kinds of delicious candies, the exact type of candies that might be used to kidnap innocent children without parents. I mean, it was really suspicious. I said to Hansel, look, there's a house made of candy. We're so hungry because we haven't eaten for so long. Let's go to the house and see if someone can give us some food.
And that's when I heard a sound that broke my heart. Oh, it was terrible. As you can see, I'm an old green grandmother. When I was a younger woman, I had a job making lemonade and iced tea. I worked in the lemonade and iced tea business for more than 40 years. And for all those many years, it was my dream to have my very own candy house. So for all that time, I was making drinks, I dreamed and saved hoping to make my dream come true. And finally, after my dream came true, it was ruined when I was attacked by the terrible, nasty robbers called Hansel and Gretel. Order in the court. The court would like to ask Mr. Frog to take the stand. Mr. Frog, can you tell us what happened? I was in the pond next to Mrs. Witch's candy house when I heard a loud scream. I knew right away that it was Mrs. Witch. Mrs. Witch was always being very kind to me. She lets me borrow her broom to sweep my house. Sometimes we greenies need to stick together. Everyone is always against us. It's not easy being green. Anyway, I heard Mrs. Witch scream, so I hopped over to the candy house as fast as I could. And I saw those two nasty little kids trying to push Mrs. Witch into her own fire. Thank you, Mr. Frog. The court would like to call Officer Pig to take the stand next. Officer Pig, can you explain what happened?
We got an emergency phone call from Mr. Hansel explaining that he and his sister have been attacked by Mrs. Witch. My police team and I showed up at the candy house after the fight. We were immediately suspicious because of all the kidnappings that have been happening too recently. When we arrived at the house, we saw bruises on Gretel's arms, which she had said came from the witch trying to force her into the giant pot, which we found next to Mrs. Witch's fireplace. Mrs. Witch has no visible injuries that we could see.
And that's because I whipped up a little bit of my special medicine.
Aha! See, I told you she was a witch. For goodness sake, she's green. Can't you see she's evil? Order in the court. Order in the court. Mr. Hansel, please control yourself. Please strike that from the record. The court will not allow Jane Wish's last name or her skin color to be used as evidence that she is involved in any kind of dark magic. Mr. Ford, please tell us what you witnessed.
I did the job of working for Mrs. Witch because everyone in the Republic of Twinkle knows that she has become super rich. The Green Lady's house is estimated to be worth $10 billion after the sudden rise in the price of gingerbread. She hired me to make sure the house is safe from thieves who might be tempted to snatch a valuable candy cane or two. Last year, there were 2 kids just like these two who stole her most expensive chocolate and then hit her over the head with her own broomstick. I was walking around the house when I saw many bite marks all over the house, and then I heard Mrs. Rich scream, and you know the rest.
Pause! We didn't make teacher. There's no teacher.
This guy will be the teacher.
No, this guy's the teacher. Okay, fine. The court would like to call Black Cat to the stand. Black Cat, can you explain what you saw? Mrs. Witch is always making me do all of the work in the house. I mean, I clean, I cook, I clean. She doesn't lift a darn finger. I heard her talk before about how much she loves kids and how she thinks they are healthy for her and how she wishes there were more of them around. She said that young children look so fresh and sweet. And do you know what that means? I was up on the roof of the candy house when all of this happened. But I personally believe that the children tried to push the witch into the fire to defend themselves. Do I think she was trying to cook them? Well, I'm not saying I don't believe it.
Hey, wow, boy. I need to say
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Laura, and I think Mrs. Witch is guilty. It is because, according to what Gretel said, Mrs. Witch built her house with candies that might be used to kidnap kids. Also, Officer Pig said that Hansel and Gretel have bruises. Hansel also said that they were almost eaten. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Yuri, and I think Mrs. Witch is guilty because Mrs. Witch didn't have visible injuries, and Mrs. Witch said that children are healthy for her. Bye.
Hello, I'm Julie, and I think Mrs. Witch is guilty. Because when Officer Piggy arrived, Gretel had bruises on her arms, and Mrs. Witch didn't have any visible injuries that we could see. Also, Black Cat heard the witch say kids were healthy and fresh and sweet. If the witch wasn't planning to eat the kids, then she would have used different expressions. Bye-bye.
Hello, I am Sophie, and I think the witch is guilty. It is because if she had decorated the house with candy in the first place, she would have mentioned kids trying to eat her house or somebody else coming into her house without permission. If she's gonna go all wackos just because somebody ate one little cracker out of her house, she shouldn't have built it in the first place. Bye.
Hello, my name is Grace. I think the witch is guilty because she likes to eat kids. She said that the kids are fresh and sweet, and that she made the house with candy and other sweets. The children will like the candy or sweets, and they will come to the witch's house, and so that the witch can eat the kids who are sweet and fresh. Bye bye.
I'm Zio, and I think the witch is very guilty because the witch made her house with candy, which kids like, and kids went to her house, and the witch and the witch who made the house with candies is guilty. Bye.
Hello, my name is Andrew, and this witch is very bad because witch said the kids is very fresh and sweet. That means witch likes eating children, and she made a house made of the chocolate and candy that makes children go to the house. Thank you.
Which is guilty?